night of Homebuyer Academy Live. I'm your host with the most, part of the most, Maurice
Fine.
Jones here, and I got my I got my brother Chad here with me. What's going on, brother? How's it
Hey,
going?
I'm good, man. How you doing today?
Good. I'm sipping this tea preventatively because I was outside. I just got back from my son's karate practice, and I felt a little itch in the throat, so I was like, let me grab some tea before I hop on. But how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm getting ready to go play some soccer.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So I
I
don't
might
know my
have to take
knee.
up how the knee doing?
Terrible, man. It's crazy because I just turned 43, and the night before my birthday, the whole day before my birthday, I had like a whole midlife crisis. And
Mm,
I'm like, I don't know how I got here. I don't know how I got here, bro.
mm,
It's just like a blink of an eye, and here I am at this age. And when I stopped myself and I took a look, and I was like, "Damn, do you feel like you should have been at a different point in your life?" And I'm like,
mm.
"No, I'm really happy. I'm really happy." You know, and that's a wild thing because I was caught up just by the fact that so much time has gone. But in all reality, like I'm grateful for what I've been able to accumulate in terms of relationships, in terms of my family. Like, bro, life is pretty great.
No, it's funny
I
you
just
say
wish I
that because
had
I had
more of it.
oh
I wish I
yeah,
had more of it in front of me than I do.
that makes me question like the thought came to mind is like are we content with life, right? Because like I know we have all these aspirations and we're teaching how to do this and how to do that, but like genuinely I'm very content in life. Like I made a video today, I don't know if you saw it, but I was just like on my lunch break from working, right? And I saw this little corner, like where my coffee bar is. I was like, it was like on the floor next to the coffee bar. I was like, this looks like a nice little comfortable spot to sit. So I just sat down there and I was just chilling, sipping my coffee, and I'm like, I've never sat here before. And I was just looking at my house and I was like, this how like I was just content, man. And you saying that makes me feel like I'm really content and grateful where my life is right now. Like anything more is just gonna be blessing on top of it. But yeah, man, I feel you on that. I feel you. As life is like progressing, things like when I was younger, that I used to be like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to have that. I'm like, yeah, I still want some of these things, but honestly, I'm just good.
Yeah, man, that's a
I'm
blessing.
yeah,
So tonight, let's actually talk about that. Let's talk
yeah.
about what our goals are for this year coming up,
Hmm.
and that we're in. Yo, it's February already, which is wild, and it's not even. I mean, it's moving, bro. So, what are our goals, and what are we up to that we're looking to do to continue to bless and supplement people?
Mm,
So what I would want to start by saying is like you're talking about in terms of contentment. And like you said, when I was a little kid, I used to want all of these things. And a lot of these things have come through my hands, gone through my hands, and they're here or they're there or they're here in my life. And
mm,
in the midst of life, the feeling that you thought you would have by attaining those things, like I've driven so many nice cars. The car that I haven't gotten a Bentley yet.
mm.
I don't even care about that anymore. It's weird. I always wanted
Yeah.
all of these fast cars, and I've been blessed to be able to have and own and drive nice cars. But it's not even important to me anymore. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I I want it to be important, but I don't really care. It's weird, bro. So
No, it's yeah.
it's a
No,
different
yeah,
experience.
yeah. And
But I
it's
guess that's what contentment looks like, huh?
yeah, yeah. I'm with you, bro. Like I didn't even think we was. I didn't even realize we was gonna go here tonight. But it's just
Yeah, me
it's
neither.
so genuine. Like being in a place of contentment. And I give this to what we been working on off camera. Doing the self work, doing the development, but also really taking the time. Like now I'm seeing more clear, and I've been talking about it. But you know how January we kind of slowed down and kind of just let the year happen on its own, like we let it come to us. And I think that like now that we're transitioning into February, it's like we're reflecting on being content, and I think that's going to fuel what we're about to do. I really think that place and being in that place resonates with all the stuff that we're about to do. If that makes
Yeah, man.
sense.
And speaking about all the stuff that we're about to do, so let me give you guys some background. As of
Mm-hmm.
late, I've been having a lot of people in my age group, right? Semi-old. That's my age range. No, I'm joking. No. 30s, 40s reach out to me and they're asking me about their parents. And the crazy thing is, like, I'm in the process of trying to get my mom down to Florida from New York. And I've been
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth with her for years. I have sisters in New York that don't want to let her go, but they do too. They want her to come out here. And it's just interesting that I'm in a phase of life. And I think you're in a similar phase where our parents are at that point that they spent all of this time, all of these years, just working, working, working for us. And now we're self-sufficient. We have our families. Our kids are calling them grandma, G-ma,
Mm-hmm.
G-pa, right? And our
Mm-hmm.
parents are entering a new phase. We're entering a new phase in our relationships with our parents. And now it's almost like it's reverse where I look at my parents and they're almost like not like my children in that way, but it's like my dad is 21. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Right. Like
In the
we
sense that
become
he's
the
been,
adults now for the.
yeah, it's weird. It's wild. And I heard this happens, right? Once a man, twice a child. But
Mm-hmm.
what's coming up consistently is how do we do a better job of taking care of our parents
Mm-hmm.
because they're only going to get older. God
Right.
willing, they get older, right? If things go great, they get broken down, right?
Right, and it's like, what do we have set in place? Because I remember I was talking to my family like a little while back. One of my cousins was getting married, right? And my mom kind of like said like they were sitting at the old people table, right? So like my cousins, my siblings and my cousin, I couldn't make it, but my siblings and my cousin were like they were the adults. The kids was running around playing, and what used to be like the adult table that my parents sit at, like they're now the old people table, like the grand folks, the old ones, and everyone else was like younger than them. We, majority was like our age, and it got me thinking like we're like the decision makers now. Like, yeah, I'm still blessed to have like parents that still like teach me, show me the ropes, and I'm blessed to have them. But now it's like we got to prepare and get them prepared and get the family prepared for like what everyone's an appointed a future, a similar future. But do we have these things in place, for our families, for our parents? Like, do they have a will? Do they have the things set in place to you know keep things keep the family line going, keep the family line healthy, keep the family line strong, right? Like what I lost my train of thought. Like I try, pick up. You know where I'm going with it. You know where I'm going
Yeah,
with it.
I got
I
you.
lost my footing,
I
but you know
got
what I'm
you.
saying. Like,
So I had one call in particular that was a real aha moment for me. One of my good bros from New York gave me a
mm-hmm,
call and he says, "Hey, I want to help my mom get a reverse mortgage."
mm-hmm,
Now, I've been doing reverse mortgages and I understand that, there's definitely a place for them in the market. And it really hit me like a ton of bricks because he's the one that actually started having this conversation. And this is how it went. He was like, "Yo, my mom has been working her whole life to take care of my family. She's worked two jobs, three jobs at different times, but now in her 70s, she just doesn't have the physical capabilities to work like she used to. We want her to be able to slow down and enjoy her life. However, in her working time, she built up debt. So she has a mortgage payment that she could manage when she's working a full time job. She has a car loan that she was able to manage when she had a full time job. But now, these things that used to be a part of the play are now overwhelming to her financially and getting in the way of her quality of life. What can we do to help her with this mortgage? And we discussed the reverse mortgage. And
mm-hmm.
what was so beautiful about it is that it is and it can be a vehicle that takes care of our parents as long as we're able to plan appropriately. And it just hit me because Sounds like a conversation I'm having with my mom. These are the conversations I'm having with my dad. And for it to come up from one of my peoples, and at the timing that it did, it let me
Hmm.
know that there's a real big demand for support for our parents, our aunties, our uncles. How do we make sure that they live out their lives with a great quality of life rather than always chasing them, still having to chase money in their 60s, 70s, and beyond?
No,
It was a real aha for me, bro.
that's very valuable too, because it's like and in the spirit of the month, Black History Month and all, we find like for our culture too, it's like they, I'll say a lot of our parents worked so hard that they didn't have the time to access a lot of the resources that we're privy to now. Like we're in the information age, like it wasn't like that when we were growing up, and so we have the knowledge and the access and the ability to say, hey, thank you. Now it's our turn to help you and get them in the right places. Because just like with that story, it's like we want to take action with what we know, and make sure our parents are taken care of. Like everyone has that story of like they want to take care of their mom, they want to take care of their dad, their parents
Right.
because of what they did for them. Now is the time to look at what you have, look at what your parents have, look at where they are, and get it done. It's very doable. Like just
So
for
here's
like
the
that,
thing
like
about it.
yeah.
A lot of people say they want to take care of their parents, but financially, it's not viable. It's hard enough for us to be able to put food in our own mouths. I saw this one
Hmm.
video where this dude is like, it's not my responsibility to take care of my parents. And when I get older, it's not going to be my children's responsibility to take care of me. He goes on to say that if I were to move my parents or my mom or my dad into my house, it's going to be a huge change of life for my children. It's going to be a huge change of life for my wife. And I shouldn't have to put them through that. And it was very interesting because
Hmm.
I wholeheartedly disagree because
Yeah.
it's our job to take care of each other.
Hmm.
Mother to father, children, son, everything, cousin, neighbor. It's our responsibility as people to take care of each other, much
Hmm.
less our parents. And we can only do the most that we can. We can do all that we can and give ourselves grace for doing just that much. If you don't have more, that's fine. A lot of people aren't in a financial position to be able to pay two mortgages. A lot of people aren't in a financial position to be able to pay a mortgage and to have their parents live with them. They might not have the space. But what we can do is we can start planning, taking a look at, like you said, let's take a look at where our parents are. Let's take a
Hmm.
look at what they've done in terms of accumulation of assets, accumulation of debt. How much do they owe on their mortgage? How much is their property worth? What is their plan for their estate?
Yeah.
Because when we start to take a look at these things, now when death comes, which is inevitable, it doesn't have to be a crisis. Yes, it's going to hit like a ton of bricks and it could hurt. And it's going to be something that you will need time to heal from. But imagine
Hmm.
if somebody in your family passed and you have to worry about the house, you have to worry about the money, you have to worry about the life insurance. When do you get a chance to like really mourn? When you get a
Right.
chance to really process this new phase of life that you're entering into while not having to carry the burden of the finances. The finances could have you look at your family a lot different when you want to be able to look at them like, in an angelic manner. So
Yeah. That.
really setting a tone where we're taking the time, not just to tap into where we are, because we got to get on it, y'all. Home
Mhm.
ownership, building credit, these things, like we're letting these things like become huge barriers in our lives when they don't have to be. And we have to
Yeah.
get past it. You got to get over it. If you had issues in your past about your credit, get over it and let's work to fix it. If you're scared about the
Yeah.
home ownership, get over it so we could work on getting there. Because our parents are looking at us, our children are looking at us. Your future you is looking at you. And to have yourself held up based off of a trauma or a fear or a story from the past, you're not doing yourself any justice.
That takes me to the conference that we were just doing where one of the speakers was sharing. A lot of us wait until like the bad thing happens, like your parent passed away, and that's when you want to lock in and do this and do that. Even even like in my own life, like not having like life insurance in place that could have set the kids up for something. But you never know these things. But these things that I feel like in our community, our culture, we're not too privy to. We don't have a second thought to it. Like we're one of the only, I'll say, and I'm just gonna say this, and I don't care. We're one of the only cultures that be like, you got to do it yourself, right? Just like to the example that you gave, like everyone else, prepares their next kids. Like my
Yep.
kids not gonna need to buy. Like I'm gonna make sure that they set up, have a house for them, so they don't have to work so hard to get a house, right? And if I can, God willing, if my parents' house ain't already paid off, I don't know that information yet. But if it's not, I want to put myself in position to help pay that off, right? Like do what I can to support our family, our community. Like I'm tired of a lot. Like we grew up in the, well, I didn't, but I've heard stories where it's like you're 18, you're out the house, go get your own job or go to college. You got to figure it out on your own. I earned it. I did it on my own. Now you got to do it on your own. Like, no, a wise man leaving an inheritance for his children's children, right? So make it easier for the next generation, but still train them and develop them. Like every other, I say, culture does. We have the information, we have the education, we have the know how. We just need to help each other out. We need to build together, and we need to show. Like that's why we're doing what we're doing as well, showing you the how to set your family up for the future, how to set your family up, right now to protect, to pass down, to keep it all in the family. Like the information is there. It's not that hard either. It's just a matter of getting the information and then applying the information and trusting the process. But I don't think a lot of us take time to do that either until it's too late. Uncle,
So
auntie,
like in our
yeah.
community, I give my community a lot of grace, right? Because yeah, we have the knowledge intellectually, but to be able to stop where you are and to really make a conscious choice to commit a certain amount of money that you might not feel comfortable letting go out of your pocket towards savings, towards investments, towards life insurance, it could be a queasy feeling. But the
Mhm.
goal is for us now to understand that a lot of our people are coming from such deep places of trauma, whether it be financial trauma,
Right.
physical trauma, emotional trauma. We got to give them a lot of grace. We got to give us a lot of grace, right? Because
Hmm.
we're on the rise as a community. A lot of people look at the numbers of where they are and what's not working, but collectively, man, they got more success coming out of our communities than ever before. So we have to
Yeah.
honor that and keep our eye on the prize and do what we can to keep on putting the information and the resources in front of people. So to that point, we're going to be focusing on helping people with home ownership and the entire legacy process.
Mm.
Everything that's going to help you to buy it, keep it, and pass it on, right? Buy it, keep it, pass it on. That's going to be the focus of what we're working on developing. And inside of that, we're going to keep on doing this work to empower
Mm.
people financially with savings, budgeting, credit support. But we're going to also start interviewing other people that can help you to protect your assets, to grow your assets, to look into different vehicles for your assets. And then we're going to really help you to start planning for your estate,
Mm.
wills, trust, ladybird deeds, power of attorney, all of those different resources. We're going to be tapping into our network, our family, our community, because with what we're building as a family with Mo, my wife, our squad, we're building something strong and beautiful. But you know, we're not interested in building by ourselves, right? We're
Hmm.
not interested in just building by ourselves. And it's like the story of, you ever heard about the story of the dude? He bought some land and he had a feeling that there was gold on this land. So he buys
Hmm.
the land and he buys a shovel and he gets going and he's digging and he's digging. Year one, he goes through a whole year of digging, no results. All of this digging and nothing but dirt. Next year, he's going at it. He keeps on pushing. The man goes year after year after year after year. And after a while, he gives up on his dream and he decides to sell the land at a discount. Within weeks, somebody picks up a shovel.
Mm.
They dig a little bit and they find a field full of gold,
Mm.
a field full of
Yeah.
gold. And I think that that's where we are, brother. We've been digging for a long time, and it's like we've struck our goal recently with a lot of the things that we've been doing, but that only comes from us keeping on with a vision that we have for our collective, a vision that we have for our people, even though our people ain't even on board all the time. It's like dragging a horse to water and then trying to force him to drink sometimes. But we just got to stay committed on empowering, educating, and sharing information and resources. And I'm hoping that you guys can reach out, let us know what are the resources that you need to elevate your life to this next level so we can keep on providing exactly what you need.
Right. And if you have any questions, there's that QR code up on the other side there, where you guys can just lock in with us and learn more about what we're doing specifically. Because and we're talking about grace too, and this is how we show grace. We're going to continue to show this information and show up for you, but you have to make the decision to make the next move. You have to decide if you want to, take on and embark on this journey of learning, on growing, on developing. That decision is yours. You can catch us every week on Tuesdays. You can catch us online at homebuyeracademy.org. You can follow us on our social media, on Facebook, everything, right? You can follow us in all those places, but it's going to be on you to decide your next move.
And on that point, man, reach out to us, like Mo said, and we're happy to help you. Let us know where you are and what your next phase looks like, and we'll give you the resources, the tools, and the support to get you there.
So catch you guys next week if I don't see you before. God bless and have a good night.